unified response as world confronts a fragmented global landscape. Adopt solar energy, boost usage at home. Salam Malaysia Madani, I'm Mohana Priya and you're watching Malaysia Tonight. Yang di-Pertuan Agong Sultan Ibrahim, King of Malaysia, and Raja Permaisuri Agong Raja Zarith Sofia arrived in Singapore today for a two-day state visit to the Republic. Now, the state visit, the first since His Majesty's ascension to the throne on the 31st of January, is extended at the invitation of Singapore President Tharman Shanmugaratnam. Sultan Ibrahim and Raja Zarith Sofia, who entered Singapore via the Johor Causeway, were greeted upon arrival at the Istana, Singapore, at 10:45 a.m. by Tharman and his wife, Jane Itogi Shanmugaratnam. His Majesty then inspected the Guard of Honour, accompanied by the Singaporean President at the ceremonial plaza, the Istana. Sultan Ibrahim then held a meeting with Tharman, followed by an audience with Singapore Prime Minister Lee Hsien Loong and his wife Ho Ching. Among other highlights in their Majesty's schedule today is a state banquet hosted by Tharman at the palace. Tomorrow, their Majesties are scheduled to visit the Parliament building and inspect the progress of the Johor Bahru Singapore Rapid Transit System Link, or RTS Link project, before departing for Malaysia. Prime Minister Datuk Seri Anwar Ibrahim calls for a global unified response as the world confronts an increasingly fragmented global landscape that threatens collective security and prosperity. He said these escalating threats, among others, the cyber attacks, environmental concerns and the scarcity of resources, are pushing the world towards an unprecedented turning point, demanding a unified response.
It is a clarion call to lay the groundwork for a better world where tomorrow's generations can thrive in peace, safeguarded by the robust defences and strategic partnership that we, the present generation, cultivate today. This theme should then resonate within all of us as we confront an increasingly fragmented global landscape while facing global challenges that threaten our collective security and prosperity. These escalating threats are pushing the world towards an unprecedented turning point, demanding a unified, reasoned response.
When officiating the Defence Services Asia 2024 and National Security Asia 2024 in Kuala Lumpur today, he said it is clear that the challenges the world is facing now are not isolated but interconnected elements of a broader global crisis. Datuk Seri Anwar said it also demands a collective response and strategy, and the DSA and NatSec Asia 2024 shine as beacons of hope and should be utilised as a platform to spur collective resolve to confront and overcome the complexities of modern defence and security landscape. In a related development, Defence Minister Datuk Seri Mohammad Khalid Nordin said the DSA and NatSec Asia 2024 are able to give an idea of whether the country's defence assets are in line with the latest technological advances. Speaking to reporters after officiating the Ministry of Defence Pavilion at the exhibition, he said the exhibition, which brings together defence industry players from around the world, is also able to bring good benefit to all parties.
Pertemuan itu sedikit banyak dapat membawa kepada pengenalan dan juga persefahaman dalam apa sahaja perkara, sama ada untuk bangunkan kerjasama ataupun untuk mengambil pendekatan-pendekatan yang boleh membawa manfaat dan secara tak langsung dari segi jangka panjang menyumbang juga kepada keamanan kawasan dan juga serantau serta dunia.
Meanwhile, DSA in its statement said the pavilion will be a one-stop centre to showcase the functions and services implemented by departments and agencies under the Ministry of Defence. According to DSA, the pavilion located in Hall 11 also promotes services and initiatives offered by the Ministry and the Malaysian Defence Industry Council. The government will study proposals by Reporters Without Borders or RSF regarding appropriate measures to improve Malaysia's position in the World Press Freedom Index. Communications Minister Fahmi Fadil says he welcomes the readiness of the international non-governmental organisation to collaborate with Malaysia.
Jadi saya harap pertemuan nanti boleh memaklumkan daripada pihak RSF kepada kerajaan, kepada kementerian, apakah langkah-langkah yang mereka cadangkan. Kita tidak semestinya menerima bulat-bulat cadangan mereka, tapi sebagai mungkin untuk kita kaji dengan mendalam dan lihat apa yang sesuai untuk Malaysia.
The World Press Freedom Index 2024 report released by RSF last Friday showed Malaysia's ranking dropping 34 spots to 107th compared to its 73rd position last year. Fahmi said although he accepts the report in good faith, it should not be regarded as the golden standard in determining the level of media freedom in the country. Now, the Kelantan Customs Department believes it has foiled a liquor smuggling syndicate with the seizure of about 1.2 million ringgit worth of drinks recently. The contraband liquor, which is the biggest seizure by the State Customs Department in 4 years, was confiscated from 4 lorries parked outside a warehouse in Shah Alam, Selangor. State Customs Director Wan Jamal Abdul Salam Wan Long, when met today, said that no one was arrested in the operation on 25th April. A customs team from Rantau Panjang Enforcement Division was alerted and raided the warehouse at about 8:30 p.m. based on tip-offs.
Untuk makluman semua, ini adalah rampasan minuman keras yang terbesar oleh JKM Kelantan sepanjang 4 tahun yang lalu lah. Okey, 4 tahun yang lalu. Jadi tahun ini adalah kita dapat tangkap di luar daripada Kelantan di Shah Alam.
He added the liquor is worth about 1.2 million ringgit with unpaid taxes of about 750,000 ringgit. Wan Jamal said initial investigations found that the contraband was smuggled into the country via Port Klang and were meant to be distributed locally. He added the liquor was originally imported from Mexico and India and could be sold to entertainment outlets in Selangor. The case is being investigated under Section 135, Subsection 1D of the Customs Act 1967. A man detained for the acid attack on national winger Faisal Halim has been remanded for 2 days. Inspector General of Police Tan Sri Razaruddin Hussain said the suspect, in his 20s, was traced based on a motorcycle registration number identified during the attack. According to Tan Sri Razaruddin, the suspect was detained and later remanded for 2 days to assist in the investigation into the attack. For the time being, the IGP urged the public to allow the police to investigate and uncover the motive behind the incident. He said the police also could not confirm whether the attack on Faisal has anything to do with the attack on another football player, Muhammad Akhir Rashid, who was attacked and robbed in Kuala Terengganu last week. Tan Sri Razaruddin added that the Selangor police had already recorded the statements of 3 individuals, including Faisal, and more witnesses would be called up soon. He also denied the attack on both footballers was connected to football bookies. Civil servants to maintain integrity justify recognition by government. Now, the Ministry of Energy Transition and Water Transformation, Petra, has come up with the Affordable Solar Boleh initiative to enable more people to adopt solar energy by installing solar panels in their homes, according to Deputy Prime Minister Datuk Sri Fadila Yusof. Datuk Sri Fadila, who is also Energy Transition and Water Transformation Minister, said Petra is collaborating with the Aeon Group, Bank Simpanan Nasional and Souls Energy to implement the program. He said the program under the People's Solar Transition Initiative, or Solar at Petra initiative, aims to encourage more people to benefit from the national energy transition agenda, and that it is specifically designed to expand domestic users' access to solar installation schemes and available financing facilities in the market.
Dengan adanya kemudahan ini, maknanya kumpulan-kumpulan boleh memohon, dan dengan itu pemasangan solar di bumbung bukan saja tujuannya untuk menjimatkan penggunaan tenaga oleh pengguna elektrik, tapi yang lebih utama ialah untuk memastikan kelestarian alam sekitar kita, iaitu pelepasan gas dapat dikurangkan, dan juga matlamat kita mensasarkan 2050 net zero carbon.
Datuk Sri Fadila said that through this public-private collaboration, solar installation subscriptions can easily be made at Aeon branches across the country, with special benefits offered to Aeon cardholders, such as earning double reward points. He said this to reporters after launching the program today. Previously, Datuk Sri Fadila said that his ministry will collaborate with the Ministry of Housing and Local Government and TNB to ensure more people can afford to join the solar installation program in affordable housing. Prime Minister Datuk Sri Anwar Ibrahim has urged civil servants to maintain their service integrity to justify the recognition and confidence accorded to them by the government through the salary adjustments under the Public Service Remuneration System, SSPA. Speaking at a monthly gathering with staff of the Prime Minister's department in Putrajaya today, he said civil servants should identify individuals who tarnish the reputation of the civil service.
Ada yang kadang-kadang tidak hadir. Begitu juga dengan masalah di jabatan. Ada golongan kecil yang rasuah, tak datang kerja. Berbagai masalah. Apakah harus kita beri layanan yang sama? Kumpulan kecil. Saya fikir ada yang katakan tak sampai 5%. Jawab saya tidak. Kita tidak akan berikan layanan yang sama. Jadi saya minta sementara kita berikan satu anjakan yang agak radikal dari segi memberikan pengiktirafan dan habuan kepada penjawat awam. Saya minta sokongan saudara untuk mengawal sendiri jabatan dan rakan-rakan supaya dikenal pasti orang-orang yang merosakkan nama baik penjawat awam.
The Prime Minister said the government's decision to increase civil servant salaries is to instill confidence in the public sector workers that the Madani government leadership is genuinely serious about finding the best possible way to help. He also expressed confidence that the proposed salary hike for civil servants will be approved by the Parliament during the Budget 2025 session in October. The implementation of the Perak Pulau Pinang water project will not only benefit the 3 northern states in the peninsula, but will guarantee the needs of 32,993 user accounts in the affected Seberang Perai Selatan district in Pulau Pinang. Chief Minister Chow Kon Yeow, who described the project as very important, said it will benefit the existing development centres, those in the process and those to be established in the future. In a statement today, he said the Pulau Pinang government and Pulau Pinang Water Supply Corporation Sdn Bhd very much welcomes the latest development of the Perak Pulau Pinang water project, which was announced by the Prime Minister yesterday. In a related announcement, the Prime Minister also said the Perak government had agreed to provide water supply from Perak via the Kerana Integrated Green Industrial Park to Seberang Perai. Chow, who is also the PBAPP chairman, hoped that the project, which had been delayed for 13 years, would be realised to ensure the sustainability of water supply to the people of the state. Yesterday, Datuk Sri Anwar announced that Perak would supply water to Pulau Pinang through the Kigip to Seberang Perai initiative, and the matter was agreed upon by the Sultan of Perak, Sultan Nazrin Shah, and Perak Menteri Besar Datuk Sri Sarani Muhammad. Sabah Energy Corporation, or SEC, has been diligently nurturing skilled local talents, particularly in the oil and gas sector, to reduce reliance on external expertise. Highlighting that these talents include graduates hired from the B40 Income Group, SEC Chief Executive Officer Dato' Azmir Abdul Rahman emphasised the company's commitment to providing opportunities for staff to acquire diverse knowledge from experts in various fields. He said in support of the Sabah government's human capital development, one of their strategies implemented involves the recruitment of graduates from the B40 income group who have excelled academically. These employees, he said, will then be given the opportunity to attend skills enhancement training in Kuala Lumpur and elsewhere to acquire new knowledge from experts in various fields. Dato' Azmir was met at the SEC Hari Raya Aidilfitri Open House in Kota Kinabalu today. Chief Minister Dato' Sri Hajiji Noor and SEC Board of Directors Chairman Dato' Anwar Ayub were also present at the event. Dato' Azmir added that through the approach, they had not only successfully increased the number of skilled local workers, lessened reliance on external expertise, but also generated additional high-quality employment, especially in the energy industry, thus narrowing the skills gap between jobs. In addition, in support of the state government's agenda to empower women in the fields of science, technology, engineering and mathematics, or STEM, SEC also provides female employees with opportunities to engage in leadership roles such as supervisors and project managers. Proton Holdings Berhad posted a 17.1% growth in April 2024 with 11,025 units sold in the domestic and export market versus 9,415 units in April 2023. As a result, the national carmaker said sales for the first 4 months of this year came in stronger at 50,175 units against 49,702 units sold in the same period a year ago. In a statement today, Proton said total industry volume, or TIV, for the Malaysian automotive market grew to an estimated 59,100 units with a cumulative total of 261,345 units for the year. The company said Proton's export sales volume surged 38.5% to 835 units against 603 units registered in the same period last year, with the Proton Saga model leading the pack with 427 units sold year to date, a 16% rise from 368 units last year. The Proton X50 model came in second with 176 units sold, while the Proton S70 model recorded 89 units in its only export market in Brunei for the first 4 months of 2024. Proton Eda Sendirian Berhad Chief Executive Officer Roslan Abdullah said export sales remain a vital pillar to Proton's long-term goals. With the Proton S70 model ramping up sales in the domestic and export market, Roslan said the company is confident to achieve sustainable export growth this year and raise export sales contribution to its annual sales volume. Prime Minister Dato' Sri Anwar Ibrahim today held an online conference with the President and Chief Investment Officer of technology giant Alphabet and Google, Ruth Porat. In a post on Facebook, Dato' Sri Anwar, who is also the Finance Minister, said the session was a follow-up to their meeting in the United States last year. During the conference, Dato' Sri Anwar said that Porat informed on the progress of the framework areas that Alphabet and Google can expand in Malaysia based on his previous explanation to her regarding the mission and focus of the Malaysian government. He said the discussions also touched on the importance of cooperation and support of technology and artificial intelligence related to the education, health and agriculture sectors. The Prime Minister said he emphasised to Porat that these efforts must eventually bring comprehensive economic and social benefits without leaving out any group or community, especially in terms of technology literacy. Dato' Sri Anwar also hopes these efforts will bear fruit, particularly in launching the National Technology Transition Planning and creating job opportunities. Thailand extreme heat wave claims 38 lives. Welcome back. Deputy Prime Minister of Timor-Leste, Mariano Asanami Sabino Lopez, arrived today to attend the International Conference of Religious Leaders slated to take place in Petaling Jaya tomorrow. The aircraft carrying Sabino and his delegation landed at the Kuala Lumpur International Airport at 5:05 p.m. and they were welcomed by Deputy Minister in the Prime Minister's Department for Religious Affairs, Dr. Zulkifli Hassan. Sabino is the guest of honour invited by the Muslim World League, or MWL. To the press, Zulkifli said the conference aimed to celebrate participants from around the world to discuss aspects of unity and promote peace and harmony. He said Malaysia aims to be a leader in creating a peaceful community and promoting security despite various religions and backgrounds. Approximately 2,000 religious and intellectual figures from 57 countries will participate in the most significant international conference of religious leaders themed Unity Within Diversity, to be officiated by Prime Minister Datuk Seri Anwar Ibrahim. Meanwhile, the Conference of Asian Religious Scholars will take place at a separate venue in Kuala Lumpur on Wednesday. Now, a total of 38 people have died of heat stroke this year, and most deaths occurred in the northeast of Thailand, according to the Health Department on Sunday. Dr. Athapol Kausarmrit, Deputy Director General of the Health Department, said that many parts of Thailand were experiencing extreme hot weather since the 22nd of February, resulting in 38 deaths caused by heat stroke. Athapol said most heat stroke deaths happened in the northeast, followed by the central and eastern regions, and most of the deaths happened to labourers working outdoors, the elderly, people with comorbidities, and regular heavy drinkers. He said the heat wave would continue to hit 12 provinces, including Bangkok. This year, El Niño, a naturally occurring weather phenomenon characterized by the warming of ocean surface temperatures in the central and eastern tropical Pacific Ocean, has led to record temperatures across Asia ahead of the monsoon season. It has closed schools in the Philippines and Bangladesh, thinned out polling queues in India, and caused drought in Vietnam, which saw 3 waves of temperature highs in April, reaching a near all-time high of 44 degrees Celsius in 2 towns, according to weather authorities. Sabah wins SMJ Cup as they prepare for Super League. Stay with us. Sabah FC emerged as champions of the 2024 SMJ Cup after beating Kuala Lumpur City FC 1-0 in the final match at the Likas Stadium on Sunday night as they prepare for their upcoming first match of the Super League this weekend. Now, the game's only goal came in the 63rd minute through a spot kick taken by Ramon Machado after the Brazilian striker was brought down in the penalty box. Sabah head coach Dato' Ong Kim Swee said winning the SMJ Cup was a morale boost for the players. However, there was still a lot that needed to be improved ahead of the first Super League match on the 12th of May against Penang FC. He said it was still too early to determine the main lineup and strategy for the first match of the Super League, but the input from the 2024 SMJ Cup would be useful.
Perlawanan yang sengit, kita tahu kedua-dua pasukan telah bermain sebanyak 4 perlawanan dalam masa 7 hari ya. Bukan satu perkara yang mudah walaupun perlawanan kejohanan jemputan tetapi intensiti yang begitu tinggi dan ini penting untuk kita bawa ke perlawanan pertama kita pada minggu hadapan.
KL City head coach Miroslav Kuldianak said he was happy with the players' performance in the SMJ Cup and gained valuable information for the team to face the first Super League game on 12th of May against Kuching City FC.
Okay, it was a good game, good for spectators, and I think we play well. Congratulations to Sabah. They won this game. Some things gone out of my control, and also we can see on the field. I expect it will be more friendly game, but some decision I cannot, to stop players.
In an earlier match, Kuching City FC finished third after defeating Hougang United FC 2-0 in the third-place playoff at the same stadium with goals from Mohamed Alauddin Farid and Jordan Minta. Liverpool shattered Tottenham's hopes of finishing in the Premier League's top four with a 4-2 win on Sunday. Jurgen Klopp said the victory was a mirror of their season as the Reds held off a late wobble to further dent Spurs' hopes of a spot in Champions League next season. The Reds had won just one of their previous 5 league games to realistically end their shot at the title, but were back in the groove as they raced into a 4-0 lead. Mohamed Salah was restored to the starting lineup after his public spat with Klopp last weekend and opened the floodgates before Andy Robertson, Cody Gakpo and Harvey Elliott were also on target. Richarlison and Son Heung-min replied late for Tottenham, but the damage to their chances of Champions League football next season was already done. Klopp's men are guaranteed to finish no lower than third and close the gap on leaders Arsenal to 5 points with the 2 games remaining. Spurs have now lost 4 consecutive games to leave Ange Postecoglou's men still 7 points adrift after fourth-placed Aston Villa with just 9 left to play for. And over in the US, John McCarthy made 5 saves as the Los Angeles Galaxy, without 2 of their top players, earned a road point with a scoreless draw on Sunday afternoon at the Seattle Sounders. Stefan Frey made 3 saves for Sounders. Both the Galaxy and the Sounders were without their top players. However, both sides still outshone the other in a thrilling first half. But as the Sounders outshot Los Angeles 11-3 in a scoreless 45 minutes, with a 3-1 edge in attempts on target, none of the scoring chances was especially threatening. Both teams had quality scoring opportunities in the final half hour, but their attempts were just as dismal. The Galaxy were shut out for just the second time this season, though those have come in consecutive games after a 2-0 defeat last weekend at Austin FC without leading scorer Dejan Joveljic, who's down with a hip injury. He currently has a team leading 6 goals. Their midfielder Ricky Puig, who is suspended for yellow card accumulation, has 3 goals and 4 assists. And that's it from us this evening in our top story, unified response as world confronts a fragmented global landscape. From the river to the sea, Palestine will be free. I'm Mohana Priya. Thank you for your company.